Hi, this video is going to show you two ways to run ISMIGRATE without the GUI wizard from the command prompt. The first way is to put your options in a properties file. Then you would pass that properties file to ISMIGRATE either using the ISMIGRATE wrapper or ISC run. To convert one file, you would pass the file name and the location and name of the file to migrate to on the command line, and you would set ISMIGRATE no directories to true. To convert all the files in a folder, you would pass the folder and the extension pattern, for instance star.dat, as the input, and then a folder to put the converted files in as the output. And you would set ISMIGRATE no directories to false. The second way is to use an XML document called an image file. This sets the options that you need to migrate your files. Now you would use ISMIGRATE to create this image file. You just go through the GUI wizard, and then at the final screen that's on the slide here, you check the save session. So let's go do that. Let's start by converting one file. I have some vision files in a directory called ACU, and I want to convert just the list.dat. I'm going to do that with this properties file called OneFileProperties. I'm inputting a vision file, I'm outputting a JISAM file. I'm going to tell it which file to migrate. It doesn't need to search all of the files in a directory, so I'm setting this no directories to true. If it finds an error, I want it to keep going. And I want it to strip the extension, this .dat on the list, before it adds the .dat that it always does for JISAM files. I have a script to run this. It's ISC run here, -utility, and ISMIGRATE. I am passing with the -c the properties file that we looked at, and I'm telling it that the file name and location is in the ACU folder and it's called list.dat, and when it's converted I want it to put it in the convert folder and call it list. So let's run that, and you can see in the converted folder we have the list.dat and list.idx, the JISAM files. Okay, so now let's clear the screen and let's do all of the files in that ACU. And to remind you, there are 1, 2, 3 there. I am going to use this properties file. Again, the input file is Vision, the output file is JISAM. I do want it to search the directories, so I want the default of the ISMIGRATE no directories, which is false. So I commented this out. Again, I wanted to ignore the write errors and continue running rather than stopping. And again, strip the extension. And I have a batch file, ISC run again, -utility, ISMIGRATE. I'm passing with a -c the all.properties that we just looked at. And I'm telling it to look in the ACU folder and look at all the files that end with .dat, convert them, and put them into the convert folder. So let's do that. And it did all three of them. If I look in my convert folder, I can see them there. Now the second option is to run with an image file, and I told you the best way to make an image file is to run the wizard one time and save the session. So let's do that. This time I'm going to migrate to CTree, just so that we have a different folder to put them in. We'll run ISMIGRATE. Next, we're going from Vision to CTree. Next, they're in the ACU folder. There's my 3 files. Next, I'm going to take all the defaults for CTree, and I want it to go to a folder called convert-ctree this time. And we'll ignore the write errors. We'll strip the extension, and I'm going to press start. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it was successful, so I want to save this session. When I exit, it will prompt me to save this image file. Save. And now when I look, there's my image file. And when I look at the convert-ctree, there are my converted files. So let's clear that out. Start with a new screen. So let's run that command. It's ISMIGRATE, and it's silent. And the image file. Enter. And there it did our 3 files. If we look at the convert-c tree, they're back. And so we've converted them with just this command here. And that is 2 ways to migrate your files using ISMIGRATE without having to use the ISMIGRATE graphical tool. I hope you give it a try. If you have any questions, you can contact us at support@variant.com. Thank you.